Okay, hello, this is Kevin Dye with Dye Painting. I wanted to kind of do a walkthrough. The rain has finally ceased and we have the ability to actually go outside and nothing has floated away, so this is definitely positive. I'll just kind of walk and explain to you kind of what I do. This property, obviously, the garage, pressure wash, clean, and we use a very light bleach solution or a wood brightener, depending on, I want to see this when it's a little more dry, but we can get rid of some of the dark areas usually. And bleach is something that we use a lot, but you have to be very careful with. Not a big deal, not a big deal at all. Doors could be painted. Just out of curiosity too, sometimes I like to throw an opinion or two out during these, but I use this color, this trim color. It's a black, it's a kind of a carbon. It's a really nice color, but I use it a lot on the garage doors too. On some $1 million homes that we've done, I love to do that because it hides all the dirt and it just looks really nice. So basically we're looking at kind of a really good cleaning. I was actually hired in by another contractor to do the work on this building, and I remember, and I'm not a big fan of the material that was used. It's held up okay. I prefer an oil-based stain. I'll also go ahead and fix those woodpecker holes right there. That will be in my bid as well. I tend to kind of prefer to use an oil-based product. It lasts longer than 4 or 5 years. You get 10 years out of the oil, and it's not really a price difference or anything like that. It's just the thing with it is it's really kind of stinky to use. But we spray it. I use oil. I do not like to use the water-based stuff. So garage, pretty simple, pretty everyday stuff. Not really a big deal. Building itself, again, same thing. Pressure wash, a good pressure wash, not too high of a PSI. We don't want to chew the wood, we just want to clean it. But I can get rid of a lot of the inconsistencies in the color. And then these doors, my suggestion on these doors would be that we actually pick a color that we want to use and just do a utilitarian style, do all the doors in one color. And I like to do those in the fascia many times as well, but just a good cleaning. It is time, but it's not a big deal. I also, a couple things Dye Painting does differently is these grids right here. I actually paint those grids. I pull them off and I kind of paint them a dark brown. I use a spray paint, and this actually makes it so that it just looks a lot nicer. They're not rusty and beat up and so forth. So all galvanized. It doesn't matter to me how long they've been here or not, but all galvanized gutters get wiped down with a vinegar solution, and then I prime them, and then I paint them. And the oil-based primer, like an auto primer, is very important because once those are done, it really it stays for life. So that's an important thing too. But I would suggest, painting them so it looks really nice. Again, with the utilitarian aspect, painting them into the gutter color or the fascia color. Trim on the windows, because we leave it, it's beautiful. Once we clean them, it's going to look really nice. The fascia up on the top there, looking at this building, if we take it to that fascia, black fascia and black gutters, I can send you some pictures, and that is a gorgeous look. Stunning look. All woodpecker stuff I can fix, and I fix them properly. Underneath the deck, we do the structure of the house. So what I usually do is the structure of the house, and then I do these. I do the support beam, but I don't go through underneath because I have a feeling this might not be where you do a lot of entertaining. So spending the time and the money, we do pressure wash it and clean it out, all the pine needles, but I don't usually get up underneath and do heavy duty staining underneath. I usually save all that for the top. So with that said, all this guy here can clean up really nice. Let it dry out, clean up really, really nice with our bleach solution or wood brightener, depending on which one works best for the wood. Once we're pressure washing and we're up here, we will clean out the gutters. I will take a pressure washer and I will spray those gutters out. I will put the hose into that and I will clean those suckers out. They will be brand new. And then that way, if you do decide, we do a gutter guard situation as well. But you know, again, I'm not trying to upsell you. I'm just telling you that we install gutter guards. And on this back one, it might be a nice thing just on this back one to install, because this tree is going to dump on it no matter what. It'd be kind of cool to put a gutter guard across it and know that you never have to. And they're the good ones. They're metal. They screw in. They're metal mesh. They do not blow out. They don't end up on the ground. They're actually really nice. Looks like there might be a gutter guard in there. Well, either way, we can figure that out as we go. Again, so deck. Clean the deck off. We do refinishing of the top decks, which you've probably seen on our Facebook and our Yelp. So we can sand these to make them look brand new, but might not be, you know, it might not need it. I think a good cleaning would obviously be the first thing. Clean and stain, bleach, get rid of the mold, get rid of the green stuff. Windows will be masked with a 3M film. We use the very best of every material we get our hands on. For us, our stains, we prefer Armstrong oil-based stain. Armstrong are made in Tuolumne County, and they're sold all over. It's called Armstrong Clark. You can take a look, or I can send you a link. Great stuff. So, cleaning the stem wall off again. Galvanize. We'll get primer and paint to match whatever we want to do. This side gets some sun. Not a big deal though. Something easily we can get to. We can really make this place look nice. I love getting in on some of these stained homes, changing the whole appearance. All of this rock stuff would be covered with like a duct tape and plastic. I do not want stain on the rocks. I do not want stain on the ground. I do not have paint anywhere. We are very adamant about being clean. Now this up here is kind of the face of the house, so it's kind of important to get a really good wash on it and stain it nice. Have a really nice look. Next aspect I see is we're getting a lot of runoff right there. We're getting some color, so we want to do something with that as well. So that's another thing, just cleaning. And so many times what I do, we're detail. We love to do the detail work. We're not blow and go. So what many times I do is I pop these numbers, I lay them on a drop cloth, and then I paint them to whatever the fascia is. So it kind of has a look. You know, you have somewhat of a system, so it has a really nice kind of appearance. So we like to pop them off. We like to paint them whatever color the fascia or the gutter is going to be, and go from there. So deck work again. It looks good. It's hard to tell when it's wet because obviously it's always dark. We do deck refinishing, so I just, you know, I'd love to put that on there too and let you at least look at it. But what I'll do is I'll probably give you a call and we can discuss that over the telephone first, and then we can kind of go from there if it's something that might interest you. Pretty much all standard. This always looks good in here. This is a redwood tone. I would suggest we stay with very similar to this. We try to get there. We all have to have a place where we try to get, and I would suggest that would be the place. Just because it's been protected from the weather, and that's where we kind of want to be. So, another aspect to take into consideration as well is all lights come off. We take them off, we spray, then we put them back on. So if you by chance decide to replace the lights, we can install the new ones for you at no charge. But I like to make sure behind them, masking lights does not always work. Sometimes you just get stain on them. Not good. We don't want that. So pretty cut and dry stuff. Obviously the door here would be lightly sanded, and we would put a coat of spar on this. Pardon me. We'd put a coat of spar on it and a nice spar varnish, so it has a nice kind of a gloss, and we go from there. This deck right here looks really nice right in here, again because it's protected, of course. But you know what I might do is just again wash and put a light coat of stain on this guy, and you should be good. So that's where I'm pretty much at. That's what I see here. So I'll go ahead and send this over to you. I'll have a couple questions today. I might even give you a call here right now, and we'll pretty much go from there. But thank you so much for the ability to look at it. I love this house. I remember the day I got the phone call that he needed help, and so I was called in, and I tried to fix some drywall that someone else had done or something. I can't remember. It's got to be 4 or 5 years. But yeah, so it's funny when you mentioned the house, I remembered it, and it's a great house in a great spot. So, again, thank you very much, Kevin Dye, Dye Painting, and we'll talk soon.